On this edition of Lexington Now, part 3 of Mayor Gorton's budget address, Therapy Dog Day, and the Action Track Chair. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of May 5th, 2025. Mayor Gorton gave the city's annual budget address recently. We are bringing you highlights leading up to its adoption. This week, we are featuring part 3.
While most of us are excited to talk about new activities this summer, a few of us, myself included, have to plan ahead and think about next winter. So specifically, we're thinking about snow. In this budget, I've included a record $3.4 million to battle snow and ice, with funds for new vehicles and equipment in streets and roads and parks, salt, beat heat, resources for contracts with private companies to remove snow from our neighborhood streets and sidewalks. New vehicles are also included for police and fire, as they are every year in our public safety budget. In police, we are replacing approximately 44 cruisers at a cost of $3.2 million. In fire, we are replacing 1 heavy rescue vehicle, 2 fire engines, and 1 emergency medical vehicle at a cost of about $4.8 million. Ensuring that our firefighters and police officers are well equipped is a priority for me as well as the council, I know. These are investments in safety for our community, our police officers, and our firefighters. The same is true of a $3 million plan included in this budget to fund the design of a new fire training academy. The new academy will be built on the site of the current training facility on Old Frankfort Pike. Built in 1969, the current one lacks the space and modern resources that we need. We have initial funding in place for a police training center and can get started as soon as the best location is identified. Lexington has some of the most rigorous training programs in the country for firefighters and police. Both need modern training facilities. Also, an important part of our public safety team, Community Corrections, is turning to technology to improve its ability to monitor inmates. The Cell Medical Monitoring System monitors an inmate's respirations and resting heart rate, as well as his or her movement in the cell. At a cost of $216,000, it will be installed in the 36 cells that make up our detention center's medical unit. If a health issue is detected, the monitor sends an alarm to the supervising corrections officer. The cell monitoring equipment is just one example of the promise that technology holds for local governments.
Therapy dogs provide a valuable service to vulnerable individuals. Mayor Gorton issued a proclamation last week celebrating these canine comforters. Our own Tyler Rowlett brings us this report.
The Government Center lobby was full of wagging tails and happy faces this past week. We had some special guests for National Therapy Dog Day. Our guests of honor shared the same kindness they have for patients with city employees and the mayor. To honor the work they do, the mayor gave them a proclamation.
National Therapy Animal Day. Whereas April 30th has been designated as National Therapy Animal Day, and whereas scientific research shows that interacting with therapy dogs, therapy animals, can reduce stress, relieve depression, slow heart rate, lower blood pressure, we all need that, and strengthen the immune system. And whereas therapy animals in Lexington play an essential role in improving human health and well-being through the animal-human bond. And whereas therapy animals interact with a variety of people in our community, including veterans, seniors, patients, students, and those approaching end of life. And whereas therapy animals bring comfort and healing to those in need, now therefore I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare April 30th, 2025, National Therapy Animal Day in Lexington.
At the Government Center, Tyler Rabbit, Lex TV.
Parks just became more accessible. We'll tell you how when we come back.
Hello everyone, Mayor Linda Gorton here. It's May and our 250th anniversary celebration is springing ahead. Lexington is a city where everyone is accepted and embraced. Our residents come from all over the world. We're celebrating the uniqueness that enriches our community with the Diversity Festival. We're also celebrating the 200th anniversary of the visit of the Marquis de Lafayette, the hero of the American Revolution, to Lexington. Our county was named for him. Join us this May to learn more about the place you call home. Visit 250lex.com for more information.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Chris Van Brackle with the Lexington Police Department Traffic Unit. Today we are talking about disability accessible parking and the aisles between those parking places. Accessible parking is a valuable and necessary resource for people with disabilities, and that includes the striped area next to accessible parking spots. These are access aisles, and it is illegal to park here, even if you have an accessible parking permit. Police and Lex Park will write tickets when they see vehicles parked in an access aisle or parked in an accessible space without a placard, and the fine is $250. Know where and where not to park. Keep the access aisles clear. Thank you, and drive safe.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Parks and Recreation just introduced the Action Track Chair. This new resource will provide possibilities that would otherwise not be available to folks with disabilities. Here's more.
Today we're making the unpaved trails and the programming here at Raven Run more accessible to people with disabilities. Thanks to the addition, right here it is, of our all-terrain Action Track Chair. We are thrilled to launch this exciting new program. Accessibility and access are some of our top priorities for our community as well as for our park system. While we're constantly making strides to make facilities and green spaces more accessible, there has always been a challenge with unpaved nature trails. This new program, the first of its kind in Kentucky, will allow more people to connect with nature. This is a council-funded initiative, and it is certainly appreciated.
Last fall, I announced the purchase of Kentucky's first Action Track Chair, and I'm thrilled to be here today as we launch the pilot program at Raven Run. I started this conversation last year with our Parks Department after reading about a Colorado program that was providing opportunities for those with mobility challenges to access their nature parks. I knew immediately this was an amenity that our community could benefit from. When I was younger, my father and I spent a lot of time in nature, but as he aged, his mobility became a challenge. I have 2 kids who love to be outdoors, and they love to spend time with their grandfather. I always wish there was a way that we could get my kids and my dad outdoors together, but we never had all the pieces of the puzzle to make it happen. If we'd had access to an all-terrain chair like this, our family would have had the opportunity to create a lot of great memories together. Similarly, I have a friend and a previous teacher. She wanted to be here today, but she couldn't. and she had a stroke not too long ago. This woman was active and young, and her life changed in an instant. She now lives with left side paralysis and mobility challenges, and she told me this: "I miss hiking and fresh air in the woods. Thank you for working hard to get me this chair." Sorry. I'm proud that Lexington's paving the way for our state and making our nature trails more accessible for everyone to enjoy. I'm excited that our residents will have the opportunity to experience our parks in ways they never have before. A big thank you goes to our park staff for sharing my vision and making this program a reality.
Thank you for joining us on this exciting day here at Raven Run Nature Sanctuary. It is a cherished landmark in rural Fayette County and a point of pride in the 12th District. We recognize the profound importance of ensuring its beautiful flora and fauna are all accessible. Thanks to the new Action Track Chair, all residents, even those with mobility challenges, will have the opportunity to experience Raven Run's picturesque views and rich history. I frequent the park with my family and am a firm believer in the many benefits that nature provides. Thank you to Mayor Gorton and Councilmember Baxter, Director Conrad, and all the Parks and Recreation team for making this possible.
Accessibility is one of our top priorities in the city and in our park system. We're constantly making strides, as the mayor mentioned, to make facilities and green spaces more accessible, but there's always been a challenge with unpaved nature trails. We did a lot of work in the past couple of years, the new Discovery Trail here, which is accessible, but this really expands our offerings. Beginning today, our chair can be reserved online via our parks reservation system, and those participating in the action chair on our trails will be accompanied by a staff member. They'll have a chance to choose between several times and different routes throughout the park. Reserved hikes will be available on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays from 10 to 12 or 2 to 4, starting on May 5th. So not too long. So folks, we want you to get online and get signed up. All of our park visitors will now have access programming along our trails, including the many things that happen here at Raven Run, including owl prowls, bird walks, and other nature programming. Accessibility is paramount to everything we do. Our therapeutic recreation program focuses on enhancing the life of folks and individuals with disabilities, including inclusive activities. The Action Chair will provide yet another opportunity for this expansive program.
3, 2, 1.
Yay! City Hall has a lot going on, and we have live coverage on Lex TV and streaming online. And remember, you can also find the most up-to-date information on non-televised city business at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.